Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Legends Never Die. I am your host, the Legend Crosby. This is our inaugural show. Bum, bum, bum. I really enjoy doing this. I love sports. I love talking about sports. It's about time that I actually put my platform out here for other people to chew on, absorb, maybe comment and question. Maybe we can have some fun, honest debate back and forth with each other in the coming years. Big shout out to Tanisha and Joyce Thomas for helping me get this thing up and running. I appreciate all that love and support. Let's get down to the business. First things first. Boom! Dodgers have won the World Series. I know you guys already know that. I have to announce it. I'm from California. We love to know that we have a Dodger title and a Laker title back right here in good old California. Fantastic. Corey Seager, MVP of the regular season and the World Series. What a showing that young man put on. It's great. The question that I have is, do you think they can run it back? But even the bigger question that I have is, do you think Tampa Bay can run it back? They looked like they were pretty skilled. Some of that pitching that I saw coming from them, wow. And I know everybody wants to sit there and put the blame on the coach for pulling him. You guys deal in analytics nowadays. What are you expecting? There's no such thing as the eye test anymore. It's all about numbers, numbers, numbers. It's a hard world to live in. But if that's the game you're going to play, you're going to live and die by it. So, it is what it is. Shout out to the LA Dodgers. Way to bring one home for us. On another topic, going out to baseball, White Sox have just hired Tony La Russa. Okay, now this is a weird one because he was inaugurated into the Hall of Fame in 2014. You know, no coach in baseball has ever come back after being put into the Hall of Fame. That usually means that you've hung it up. You don't want to do this anymore. So we're going to see what's happening with that situation going on in Chicago. Let's kind of pay attention to that and see what La Russa can do with those boys up there. All right? Switching over to another sport, let's talk basketball. Now, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. Daryl Morey stepped down from Houston a couple of weeks ago, saying something about he wanted to spend more time with his family. 2 weeks later, a whole fortnight, he's now signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, let's be real clear about this. I like this pickup. I like President Morey with GM Elton Brand, Russell Brand, and the head coach of Doc Rivers. I think that is a good three-headed monster. The one thing I would like to see, I expect Daryl Morey to make some changes. I expect one of those big three contracts, maybe one of those big four contracts to include Al Horford. It's going to go away. Tobias Harris, probably. I could see something happening with maybe a Tobias Harris and a Ben Simmons mashup. Get both of those guys moved someplace else, and then bring in something key and pivotal for them guys. That seems to be the route that I would go personally. I wouldn't get rid of the big fella. The big fella needs to stay there, okay? He is an all-world player if he wants to be. But Ben Simmons, I could see that point guard being put someplace else in a different position. I could even see him going like, say, Phoenix, moving him to Phoenix, bringing Booker over. That's a fair trade. You know, Phoenix ain't gonna do that. Phoenix has no idea what they're doing as a basketball team, so it's okay. But I think that's a really good pickup. Next thing I want to talk about, Steven Silas, the son of Paul Silas, never been a head coach before, is signing the dotted line to be the Houston Rockets' next head coach. Now, this team hasn't gotten out of the second round. Okay? They got the small ball lineup. They haven't gotten out of the second round. And then you bring in a rook coach to come fix this situation? I don't know how I feel about that pickup. Big shout out to his father. Paul Silas was a great coach. I hope that his son can mimic that. I mean, he's in his mid to late 40s. He's probably got a lot of basketball knowledge, probably got more that he's forgotten than I can even remember. So we'll see how that plays itself out there in Houston. Not a huge fan of the move, but you know what? It's always easier to sit on this side of the table and point fingers. Anyhow, let's move on over here to some NFL. It is Thursday, ladies and gents. It is Thursday, which means Week 8 is now here on the table. We got one game coming at you tonight. We've got the Atlanta Falcons going up to Carolina, taking on those Panthers. This is probably going to be a boring game. And one thing I would like to say to the NFL, I think that the NFL, I believe Max Kellerman said this first, so I don't want to take his idea and try to use it as my own. But I believe that the NFL should go ahead and start making Thursday night games for the team that had the bye week prior. I think that makes the most sense. That way those guys aren't so tired coming off of a 3-day week and getting ready to play on day 4. That seems pretty tough to me. You know, you're healing up. They had a chance to get McCaffrey back, but they told him, let's not do it this week based on the fact that it's a short work week. So, you know, maybe that's just something that the NFL should just kind of take a gander at. Nonetheless, we do have the Falcons playing the Carolina Panthers this week, excuse me. The over-under is going to be 52 on that game, and the plus-minus is -1.5 for Carolina. I like both of those bets. I'm actually going to take both of those. I like the over. I'm taking Carolina with the -1.5. I think that's a fair go. I believe in Bridgewater. You know, he's had a pretty rough season this year. I think he's had 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. You know, and the weird thing is Matt Ryan's at 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and they are just lacking. I don't know what it is. It's got to be something in that water. So I'm going to take Carolina for the game tonight. I'm going to take the over, and I'm going to take the points. I think both of those are fair. Big shout out, LA Chargers for y'all on the TV. I still call them San Diego. I don't care what y'all talking about. Big shout out to the Chargers. Justin Herbert, our quarterback rookie, looking like he could be a sensation in this league. Took Rookie of the Month for the AFC. The linebacker over with the Panthers who are playing tonight, Jeremy Chin, took Rookie of the Month for the NFC. So big shout out to both of those guys. Keep up that good work, fellas. We've had some problems going on with some COVID testing, unfortunately. Very, very sad. The Texas facility is closed due to somebody testing positive for the COVID. However, the Texans are on a bye week this week, so it won't be that huge of a deal. Let's see how that plays itself out. The Chargers, as of today, had one of their reserve offensive linemen test positive. They sent that gentleman home, and anybody who had close contact with them, they sent home. They're going to keep their facility open. They got a game this weekend. They were off last week. So let's see how that plays itself out. Hopefully we don't get any more positive tests coming out of that, or anybody coming into the league. So sorry for you guys that keep catching those COVID tests, man. The one last thing that we needed to talk about for the day was Julian Edelman. As I said earlier, he's just had knee surgery. And so I said earlier that was Christian McCaffrey. So we'll have to cut that out. Last thing of the day is Julian Edelman is going to be out indefinitely. He just had knee surgery. So that looks like that could be a little bit of an issue. However, they are saying it looks like it might be only a week or two that's needed to close that situation out. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll monitor his health. Get better soon, Julian. You know you're a baller. Team's not looking great right now, so I guess you might as well just tuck it in. Nonetheless, it's good to see you out in the field. Get better. Get well soon, homie. That's all we got for today. Quick, easy show. Thursdays are always going to be quick and easy. I do have some questions that I want to throw your way. So you guys go ahead and write in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. First question I had, who do you think had a better championship victory, the Lakers or the Dodgers? Okay, I heard this question on the television. My personal opinion would be the Lakers, due to the basketball already being in session, then having to close up, then come back, go to the bubble, sit in the bubble for months, no friends, no family, no nothing, no fans, and take that sucker down. Now, the Dodgers have been in the World Series 3 of the last 4 years, okay? And it was just last year that they weren't. So I can't really take that over the Lakers, even though the Dodgers haven't won since '88. You could tell that they were on the path of success. The Lakers haven't won since 2010. We barely even sniffed the playoffs since 2010. So it's great to see that championship, especially with all the circumstances going on. You guys putting that asterisk on these guys because they were in the bubble, you obviously were not watching the basketball in the bubble. This was some of the best basketball I ever saw. So I feel bad for a lot of you guys that took on a different state of mind and said, I'm not watching basketball due to this or that circumstance. You missed some great stuff. Hopefully we get you guys back in here, back on the games next year. You can have me sit here and listen to me, and we'll go from there. Second question I had. I heard this little snippet, and it seemed like they were trying to start some sort of beef between AD and LeBron James in reference to him saying something about the two GOATs with Kobe and Mike being in Chicago and then playing in the Kobe shoes. And so it's like, why start a rift? But I understand basketball season's over. These sports shows seem like they can't talk about anything else but like 3 topics. It's like the Dallas Cowboys, LeBron James. That's it. Like, I don't even know what else they're talking about. So this is what they're throwing out on the wall to see if it sticks. My question to you is this. If you were in charge of the Lakers and there was a rift between LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who would you keep right now? You guys, please let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, send this all your friends. Let's get this new age of sports talk going. Thank you so much for our first show. It's great to be up here. Legends never die. Again, I am your host, the Legend Crosby. We'll see you guys tomorrow.